So, bienvenue and welcome to 150 Days of Winter. If you're new to this channel, my name is Alex and I would greatly appreciate it if you'd smash that subscribe button and follow me throughout this winter. Today, I've got something a little special for you. I was hunting through some old VHS tapes and I found something that I did back in the year 2000. Near the end of the season, I jumped out of an airplane with someone attached to me, of course, and I thought that would be interesting. Without further ado, hope you enjoy. Okay, so first of all, you'll notice that the sound on this video sounds familiar. It's probably because I had to record over the original soundtrack because, of course, it was full of copyright music. Back in the year 2000, a friend of mine asked me, very on the spur of the moment, if I'd like to go skydiving the next day, to which very foolishly, but I agreed. And the next day, literally at about 9:30, I went to meet him, and he was a little bit hungover from the night before, and we headed up to the airport in Courchevel to do our jump. You can see here that I'm being strapped up, and I'd just like to make a fashion note that tucking everything into my trousers was required. It wasn't a normal everyday style. What's also amusing about this is this also encompassed our extensive training, which involved basically going, when you go out of the plane you do this, then you go and do this, and when you come into land you lift your legs up. And I'm not joking the fact that that was it, which was really quite amusing. However, of course, as the plane arrived, and you might, if any film buffs out there will recognize it from Air America. I don't know the exact model, but anyway. So there is me, and I am first one in. And yeah, this was the first time I actually took off from the airport up in Courchevel, which in itself, without even jumping out of a plane, is rather interesting. And one of the things that is breathtaking is, on this case, as we took off, and as you slowly were gaining height, you would just go over the level of the mountains, and then you could see everything in front of you, and that is truly breathtaking. I know for a fact you can do it in Google Maps, but trust me, that doesn't then. So anyway, as we're going up, we've got 3 other people there. One of them is my friend, the guy who's sitting to the right of the camera. I'm at the back, and there's someone else by the door. Each one of us, we've got our own cameraman, who I have to say, they are to be able to hang on to the outside of a plane and wait for somebody to jump out. I don't know, these guys are just incredible. So anyway, here we go. Open the doors, and we have the first cameraman who's about to go and hang to the outside of the plane. How absolutely bonkers is that? And despite watching normal people fall out of a perfectly good aircraft, I turned my brain off. I literally was not in any way freaking out or anything like that. My friend, who's just about to fall out the plane now, was having a major problem that day, and the fact that you can't smoke near the airfield because of all the kerosene and fuel. Anyway, so here we go. Our cameraman hangs to the outside of the plane. Even now, I literally was as calm as like a Tibetan monk. It was It was just absolutely amazing. And again, you have to excuse the people who made this film. There is every now and then they'll do a quick reverse, so it makes it look, they've jumped back in the plane. Really. Anyway, so this view, not that I was actually focused on this view, because the wind noise is just deafening. I was more focused on the cameraman who was floating in front of us, and yeah, it was. And before doing the jump, they always quote you and they'll say, you do this many seconds of free fall and this many seconds of it's all slightly beyond the truth, if I'm being positive. It seems like as soon as you jump out the plane, they pull the ripcord and you just parachute the rest down. But anyway, so we've got the same bit again in slow motion. The old cheeks are being battered by the wind. Anyway, and here we go. And zoink. And another bit of reversal. I think in the vain attempt of trying to pad out a little bit longer footage for the customer. So anyway, after I have to say, after it feels when you're free falling of like sticking your head out of a window while you're driving a car, as soon as you pull that ripcord, it's perfectly silent, and that was one of the things that really got me. That's the second guy coming down. Notice how they collapse in a heap, and I'm just coming into land about now. When I say I'm coming into land, we are coming into land. And very gracefully we come down and we do a little bit of a sit, but far more gracefully than everyone else does. Anyway. And of course, as always, after you land and you're unclipped, it's always advisable to thank the gentleman you've just been strapped to. There you go. Good old handshake. And of course, there you go. And that smile there is one of the most amazing smiles I've ever had. I think, as they say, it took about 3 hours for it to wear off. I was shaking from the adrenaline rush for the rest of the day. But there you go. Very expensive. Not very expensive, but expensive. But very worth it. There you have it. And as always, if you'd enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, like, leave a comment down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.